I made a whole video that I'm not going to post here, but let me tell you this. It is not your fault if someone's ego, if someone's pride, if someone's image, if someone's own feelings are all more important to them than their love for you. It is not your fault. It is not your fault if people decide to be prejudiced, bigoted, homophobic, racist, misogynistic, what have you. If someone is judging you for being who you are and going out of their way to lie about you, because they would rather lie about you than admit that the reason they don't want to work with you anymore is because they hate gay people or whatever you are, it's a blessing. You know, if you just feel like the universe right now is throwing all the abandonment wounds or all the triggers for abandonment in your face, all the triggers for whatever is your thing right now, is doing it because it's showing you that you have healed past a threshold that allows you to be more functional in this world, that allows you to be free of some of the things that were holding you back the most. But don't you dare think that people are allowed to treat you any fucking way they please without any consequence. You are allowed to stand up for yourself, okay? You are allowed. Somebody needs to stand up for you. Somebody does. Somebody needs to care about how you feel. Somebody should listen. And if nobody does, that's why you've been healing, so you can listen to yourself and have that count. You deserve for people to reach out to you rather than assuming who you are based on their observations. Because I know you're like me and that you don't allow every little detail about yourself to be revealed, through other people's intuition. You don't. You have a bubble and you deserve to have that. That's your right. What you don't deserve is your own family, people going out of their way to scheme, plan, manipulate others, to take revenge on you for setting clear, concrete, and severe boundaries for a clear, concrete, severe violation. And then they get revenge? They were caught with the knife in their hand that they stabbed you with. Everybody took a picture of it with their phone. And they left a fucking confession note in their handwriting with blood all over it after the fact. And then they get mad and take petty, manipulative, quiet like a mouse, revenge by trying to fuck up your relationships. Because they are mad that you would dare cut them off. You deserve the peace. You deserve peace. You are not going to, I know you're not allowing that manipulation to work. And I'm so sorry if it's working in other people. I am. Because I was told to bring this message to the collective, and I was like, oh God, this is a little bit heavy. But the thing is that the thing that's not heavy is that all of your perceptions, all of your responses, everything has evolved in you. So that nothing is as heavy and is as hurtful and is as just nothing is as you just can't go that low anymore, like within yourself. You just can't go that low because you have a certain amount of respect for yourself, a certain amount of ability to validate yourself. You have the tools now. You're still developing more, but you have enough that you've reached the threshold to know exactly when somebody is manipulating you. And unfortunately, it also reveals the truth that a lot of the things that you've been having to deal with come from not only the fact that someone treated you in a way that made it clear that your feelings were not important to them, not more than their pride and their ego, but also made it clear that all the things that they've claimed to do and the changes they've claimed to make were always just a lie, just a mask. And then for some of you, you've had a little bit of a run-in with someone who you, in your less healed state, you did your best with. You let them go. Maybe you didn't communicate it correctly, but you let them go because you knew that there was a serious problem there. And you knew that if you didn't, something else worse would have happened, and it would have ended up more hurt. And you saw them, and they didn't, you tried. You tried. And for that situation, I say keep sending them love. It doesn't matter if they ever send it back. Just keep sending them love. Keep sending them love to all of them, really. You can be angry and still send them love. And I think that's part of the lesson. It's a hard part. Anything positive to say, Spirit? They're saying, okay. They're telling me, like, they're reminding me that I've kept the red carpet out for several people, and I will continue to, because that's the kind of person I am. And I think if you're watching this, that's the kind of person you are. And to remind, and that you need to remind people, if they, you need to not remind people personally. That's not what I mean. You need to make it clear to the world that when you pull out the red carpet for people, it's an honor. And just because you're not perfect doesn't mean it's not an honor. Doesn't mean that they're not lucky. And it means that you think that they have something very, very special within them. Because again, you don't just put that red carpet out for anybody. When you put that red carpet out for people, you're saying, I think you are incredible. I think you are something so incredibly special. Because otherwise, that red carpet you would never even see it. You would not know what it would look like. And they don't have to accept it, of course not. They don't even have to acknowledge that it's an honor. But you're allowed to make it known that it is an honor. And that you are also honored if they set it out for you. you can both be honored. And you can have different ways of living and being and still respect each other and even love each other, you know, even love each other. For all the people, past and future, that I have the red carpet rolled out for, you're special. Or I wouldn't do it. And I'm not mad. I'm expressing how I feel at this moment where I am doing my best after the world has not been doing their best towards me. And I'm not going to sit here and try to accept this label of playing a victim. Not today. Not when I've done everything I could to respond well to these situations. No. And for pretty much everybody watching this, same story. You've done everything you could to respond well in these situations. Just because you didn't do it all 100% perfectly, it doesn't mean shit other than you're human. And look at your past and look at now. It's not there's no comparison. You have done so much. Two of Cups, Death. 10 of Cups. Judgment. 4 of Coins. 5 of Coins. Okay. Yeah, people are just people really, really want you to believe that the world is never going to accept you for who you are. That's what they want you to believe right now, and you cannot allow them to do that to you. Not after all of what you've done to heal from the things that people have put you through. You know? Some people, they have to heal because they just never understood why it was not okay to treat people badly. But no, you healed because you had such a big heart that you allowed as a child, you know, as a younger person who didn't have what they needed to just independently protect themselves from this. You had such an open heart that you couldn't help but allow everything that people did to you to hit you very deeply. And if they had bothered to use compassion instead of venom, would have turned out differently. But that's not how life works, unfortunately, not for everybody. But you've done the work. Spirit is doing all this to prove to you that you've done that work. Just keep that in mind. Is there any other news, Spirit, that you want to give for us, please? And I'm going to say this right now, and I'm going to sink in my heart for a second. Coming to this video and taking something to be about you is not what this video is for. And taking it and using it as a reason to judge is about you. but that's for one person. Ten of Swords reverse, betrayal, healing from betrayal. Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Cups. Yeah, healing from betrayal, doing the work. It's been drudgery, it's been hard, but you've done it. If you've had to go through so many different options, so many different ways of healing, so many different modalities, and finally it's like, okay, I finally found something, you know, an opportunity. It's all, I mean, whether it was worth it or not, you are okay. They're trying to convince us that it is, but they are bringing you good news, a good opportunity. It's not just any old opportunity. It's money, and it's good money, and it's emotional stability. It's love as well, with somebody who matches you so well, with someone who not only matches you but gives you, you know, who gives you the opportunity you're owed to show them that, and you give them the same, and there's no higher or lower there. You both know you both owe each other um, the time, space, effort to do that, because if you didn't, there would be no reason to do it. Six of Pentacles. You're receiving. You're getting gifts. Oh my gosh, King of Platinum. See how the mood shifted from those cards? They just wanted us to understand what you were going through, and understand it as other people's judgment. It's not you, because you finally started to quell that judgment of yourself, and you're starting to really you're not being unreasonable when you say, like, I've taken responsibility for my healing, and now that I've done that, and now that I've reached a certain level, I'm not going to deny anymore that it's because of other people that I got there in the first place. And if they're going to start doing what they used to, which got me here in the first place, I am not going to tolerate it in the same way. And they can think I'm not healed all day long, and that will be their choice, because their behaviors brought out the protector in me. And trust and believe nobody's going to do that again. And when they try, there's going to be a response. Queen of Cloaks, because she knows exactly what she needs to do to maintain her authenticity and herself, and where she's going and what she's doing, and she knows exactly what she's doing and where she's going. She doesn't question that anymore. She knows that she's gotten to a certain point where certain things are no longer okay. Certain things she was blind to before. Knight of Starships. King of Batless. So a lot of people, I don't know if these are people coming. I honestly think, because we already went through the negative stuff over here, and then we got a lot more positive, but there are a lot of people. So it feels like a lot of opportunities. It feels like new friends. It feels like people who understand you, who speak to you clearly without being an asshole about it. They speak to you and they tell you how they feel. They allow you to speak, and they listen, and you listen. And I mean, you always have been a listener, so that's nothing new, but it might be new for you, for people to actually sit there and just listen, and you know that they're hearing you, and that's what's coming for you. It's new. It's a new physical world, and I think it goes without saying a new spiritual world for you. Emotional, everything. Everything is changing, but there's these bumps in the road that are happening to show you that the freedom that you are getting, you have earned it, and you can handle it. That doesn't mean you don't need any support. Okay, that doesn't mean you need to go on the hyper independence train or anything, but it means that you've been freed of curses, of hexes, of spells, of ancestral karma, of your own life to life karma, of things you picked up, of things that you accidentally created, like just so many things. You're free. You're free. Okay. I just feel like you really need to know that. There's some people in this collective that really need to know that. And I know the things that I've experienced in the last few days have been a mirror of what somebody or some people in the collective have experienced. We got this. And I'm going to come back to you in my normal, chipper self very soon, I promise. And if otherwise you're a little bit worried about the world, that's okay. We got it. We got it. Okay? Have a good night. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already.